Right.
So doing my did you already push play?
Yep. Hi, Instagram.
I just
I'm
belched. Let's start again.
okay, hold on. Not a good look.
What?
Hi, Instagram. I'm here with my dear friend Sean Rush. Sean Rush Atelier. If you're not aware of Sean Rush, I don't know where you've been. Maybe under a bridge, under a rock.
Yeah.
However, he is on Antique Row in West Palm Beach, Dixie, across from Maisie's, and what's that taco place?
Cholo Soy.
Cholo Soy.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Yeah, so two really yummy restaurants.
Right in the heart of the design district.
Right in the heart of it. So we know each other personally, and then I've learned a lot from him. So I wanted to kind of bring you into his atelier and show you some creativity and amazingness in here, and I'll kind of walk through the atelier later and kind of give you piece by piece of all the exciting things that are happening here. But first, I just wanted to chit chat with what's been going on since we've been closed down and losing our minds.
Are you done?
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
More alcohol, please.
Yeah, oh my
It
God.
is Friday. This is
Oh
our
my
new
God.
happy hour. This is the new norm.
Oh my
So
God.
let's
I was
just
so
first.
happy when you came over today. I can't even tell you.
But everybody's gonna yell at us.
I love Rodrigo and Joe, but I'm like, if I talk to you guys for one more second, I'm gonna kill you.
But everyone's gonna yell at us. So let's just start with this. Sean and I are working on 2 projects together, so we already have to see each other. We've already been on job sites together. He's like one of the group that I have to be quarantined with. So
Oh, yeah.
it's kind of one of those business things. Like we're essential businesses. We have to do jobs. So we have seen each other.
And
We're
plus, we
not
have
like.
a nice, healthy dose of common sense.
Yeah, I know, but there's those haters, those crazy haters. I want to preference with we are working together. We don't have a choice. And go.
That's hysterical.
There are people that will like lose their mind when they see this.
It's so funny to see what is crawling out of the woodwork. You know, I think that in times of stress and in the political arena and then with the social arena that we're in, it's amazing to see
Craziness.
when it crawls out of the woodwork. Because it's like the lights are on and everyone sees who you are. And some people jump on the bandwagon, some people become very affected by it.
Yeah.
Some people like myself and I think other creatives lock the door, go into the studio and be productive.
And we love it because it
Yeah.
gives us time to reflect and think of new ideas and really to kind of dig down deep and to think, what do I want to present to the world? How can I edit and change my space? And when this all opens back up, everyone can kind of go back to the new normal.
Yeah.
What do I want them to see in my space? So it's definitely been.
What is your
productive.
new normal when you want to come out of this? Like when all this happened. There's a practice that I did like a couple years ago. I did a 28-day cleanse where for 20 I did a little T-shirt and I put the little calendar on it and I marked it off every day and I didn't have any alcohol. I didn't do anything.
I don't know if I
bad.
believe that.
That's totally
28 days, no
yeah,
alcohol.
I know. Well, it's not that bad, but worked out every single day. Ate incredibly healthy. Really focused on.
You sound like all those memes I hate right now.
I know. But what it was is it was a nice exercise because every once in a while you got to check in with your body and see where you are, right? So when this happened, when this all rolled downhill, I was like, well, rather than sitting on the sofa and eating ho-hos, why not? We don't really have any social influences of your friends not calling you and saying, hey, let's go, let's go have some blue moons on a Friday. And no one's home.
That's not happening under quarantine at all.
So I thought it was good. So that lasted, best laid plans. That lasted like a week and a half.
I know. I called him and I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, nothing. I'm not drinking. I'm not smoking. I'm doing design. And I was like, I gotta go. I'll talk to you later.
Turned into one of those.
And he's like, it's really important who you talk to during this quarantine because you have to keep your headspace nice and clean and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, I can't talk to you. You're becoming a meme that I'm annoyed by right now. So we'll chat in a couple days. And here we are now drinking.
Yeah. And I have a question for you. What during this whole thing, and we're in the same boat. We're in the same demographic. That we're a small business, one man show. If you or I go down, everything goes down with the
Ship
company
sinks.
because it's our ideas. Um, what's been keeping you afloat during this, and what's been when giving you inspiration?
So obviously, social media has come far in leaps and bounds, and thank goodness. I really kind of get stuck in this like religious looking of Instagram, and I've also started to search Instagram, so I can put in kitchen design or designers in the UK. I can kind of do a search engine option to kind of show me different designers that I wouldn't have ever accessed in any other way but through social media. And I kind of get stuck in that, and I could do it for hours and search social media and see new designs, and I screenshot them, I save them, and I kind of collect like this new library of inspiration that I really haven't had time to do in the past. I've also been on YouTube, having conversations with people like you. I mean, honestly, a lot of what I was craving. So just back to a long time ago.
My condolences to all those people like me.
Yeah, whatever. So usually how this works is when we're not under quarantine, if I'm having a rut, I will call Sean and be like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Nothing." I'm like, "Can we go in your pool and get drunk?" And he's like, "Yeah."
Hell yeah.
So
I mean, it's a little bit of a paradise back there. So
a little bit. So
yeah.
his atelier looks much like his house, and if I'm just having just like this moment of the creativity is just dead and I just can't move forward and think about anything exciting, and I'm just kind of feeling drained and stressed out, I just find out what Sean's doing, because he can be annoying, but he's really creative.
That's sweet.
No, but seriously, and it kind of just comes out of nowhere. Even when there's not like an ugly space in his atelier, in his house, his freaking Porsche has like, what kind of mats are those? Like
cocoa mats.
Cocoa mats. Like, give me a break. Like, seriously, he's got like cocoa mats.
They're woven sisal mats.
Right. It's ridiculous.
In Florida, so.
And that's like when I'm in his vehicle, it's like they're still designed at my feet. So, in saying that, I don't live that lifestyle like that. I just don't, it's not from every inch of my body like it is with Sean. So I'll come to your house. And that's when I was like, "Listen, what are you doing? Like, I need something. I need more." And then he said, "Hey, guess what? I like took down a wall in my atelier. Like the whole gallery looks completely different. You have to come by and see it anyway." So it's amazing. Like, you've completely opened it up. There's a new sight line. You've brought in different product, moved around a lot of your paintings. Like, it is gorgeous. And next will be his house, and I can see what he's done there.
Yeah,
so I'm excited.
Yeah, no, it's been fun. Yeah, during this time, there's no purpose in like sitting around and watching, like Brady Bunch. So Housewives. Yeah, well, I'm old, so I'm a Brady Bunch guy.
What?
Where's
Lordy.
Where's that dog Tiger? So I know. So we're gonna go down.
Tiger King?
No, that dog Tiger. In the first episode, there was Brady Bunch had a dog.
He's really old.
And then
I don't know.
They had a dog.
I'm like, Tiger King? I don't know.
No,
Did you watch Tiger King?
I can't.
Like, you're too good for Tiger King. Come on.
I watched 3 episodes and I love it because other.
Well, the 3rd episode was boring. Once you get past 3, I think you're golden.
No. What happened is that I follow a couple game reserves and cat reserves, I guess.
Rescues. There you go.
But like legit ones, like in Central America and
because you're worldly.
No, just because they came on the
traveled. Where'd you go? You went to Africa, to Lamu. Is that what they call it? So
anyway,
right. He's very worldly.
They always.
So you're rescuing Lamu.
They always said punch. They always said like this like big cat rescue in Tampa is like the worst of the worst.
Oh, so you knew that it was like no go.
I knew it was bad. So when the show came on, it was like, oh my god! And then you see like cats in small cages, and then it's just so white trash.
No, it's so bad. It was really bad.
So much like my childhood that I just couldn't.
I gotta get out of this.
And I literally had a nightmare the first time we watched it, because I watched like 3 episodes of it because I binged it, because I'm like, this is like cotton candy and popcorn, And I
little salami
couldn't pollute my psyche any further with Tiger King.
Yeah, there hasn't been a lot of.
That was a really bad.
There hasn't been many interesting new shows that I've watched that have kind of like done anything for me. Like, nothing's really.
You know what
great.
During my creative process, like I feel guilty. this is my neurosis talking. I feel guilty.
You're neurotic? I would have never thought.
I can't.
Where's Joe?
I feel guilty when I read. I legit feel guilty when I read. Because when I'm reading,
Why?
I'm thinking, well, I could be painting. I could be actually making something.
Okay.
I want to, but I still have that desire to be informed.
Escape when you read.
Well, be informed and learn and grow
Yeah.
as a person. So, I listen to audiobooks and podcasts. And
what podcasts? Because that's what I was just so I read a lot, but I read a lot of my husband calls them smut books, but I like them. I just put myself in another world and I can read for 10 hours, honestly. I can read all day and be on a hammock and be happy as...
Mental masturbation, completely getting out of your life.
I love it. But podcasts are usually a little bit more informative. I don't really like the story podcasts. They don't really do it for me, but I like the informative ones. And I've kind of been researching different design ones, and I've kind of fallen upon a few that I like. But are there certain podcasts that you could say, hey, this is a really good one, you should?
Well, I really like the moth stories because it's a nice cross-section of humanity. They're 12
the moth stories.
Moth stories. It's 12. It's the art of storytelling, and you literally have every single age, race, everything, all walks of life, and they have a story that they're telling for 12 minutes.
Oh, 12 minutes.
That's it.
That's
12
easy.
minutes. It's so easy. And some of them you will literally drop your spatula cooking laughing so hard.
Really?
And some of them it's a wormhole that you want to go down and you want to learn more about the person or their experience.
And can you do you ever go back and then research the person, Google them and find more of the story?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
100%.
That's fun. I like to do that.
100%. And then, so moth stories I do a lot with Kristen Tibbett on Being. I really, really like.
What is it?
She used to have
Kristen Tibbett.
Tibbett, and
Okay.
it's on Being, and it's just a deep dive into humanity.
You're so deep.
Well, it is. I'm. Shut up.
I mean, he is. Did you see his tattoo? He's got a really deep tattoo.
Shut up.
What's it called?
The Vitruvian Man.
Yeah, let me see it. You have to get naked to show it? Oh, because you're too tight.
See,
Never mind. That'll be for another pod.
That's the third
video
right there. That's
next
yeah,
video.
yeah. She gets trashy. I'm gonna get the pole.
No, he gets trashy because it'll take off the shirt and show you that
the
tattoo.
The nice thing is
all
that
this
since I
going
took down this
on.
wall, I have this metal pole now.
Oh, yay! I love a metal pole.
This is going right.
I digress.
Yeah.
Okay, so a podcast that I recently found that I think is pretty cool is called 99% Invisible. So it talks about all aspects of design, but it talks about design in everyday life. So it will talk about, for instance, a straw, and talk about the design of a straw and it affects on you and how they came about, and it just it's almost like how it's made, but in a more creative version, to kind of show how design is part of your everyday life, and it takes everyday objects and breaks them down and makes it really creative. So it kind of gives you the design aspect, but also a good story if design's not your thing.
Yeah.
So 99% Invisible is the newest one I've
Well, I mean, design is everyone's thing. If they appreciate it or not,
yeah,
it is a part of every aspect of your life. Everything that makes your life better, other than a tree or the sky or the ocean, has been designed.
True.
And it's I love going down that rabbit hole and really focusing on what's the graceful element of that, and why is this more graceful? Anyone can drink a glass out of a beer.
What, a beer out of a glass?
Yeah. But when you get English pints with the little bubble, and then they have the little
the name of the beer that you're drinking. Yeah, when you go to Ireland or you go to where was that? Prague, Ireland, and I think when I went to London, you would order the beer and it would say Blue Moon on the glass. That's pretty badass.
You were just in Ireland last year, weren't you?
In Ireland last May, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and every time I ordered a beer, it would be the beer's name on the glass, and I'm like, how come I can't have this at my house?
I'm so afraid to go to Ireland.
Why?
I would fuck every man I met.
Oh. Well,
it's just that Irish brogue. I'd be like, pumping your gas, sir?